Hello guys, welcome to another session. So today in this video, we are going to discuss a very important and a very sensitive topic that you have seen in the title itself. Was Muhammad Ali Jinnah is really responsible for the partition of India? See, this question may seem very simple, but the answer is not that easy. It's not just about one person. There are multiple layers. There are a lot of historical events, the political decisions and ideologies involved that actually shaped the final outcome, which is a partition of India in 1947. So, in this lecture, we will explore how the political failures, the elections, the ideologies, or the separate electorate, which was introduced from 1909 onwards, and the plans by both Indians and the British all contributed to the creation of India and Pakistan, or the partition of the country. So, partition was not just a political event. Partition, it's not just about dividing the land. It actually affected India's politics, culture, geography, economy, society. It had a deep ramification across, different aspects. So it was a deep wound that actually changed the identity of the subcontinent also. So when you try to understand, we'll look at certain events. Let's start with the importance of 1937 election. So these elections were held under the Government of India Act 1935, and the Indian National Congress emerged as the single leading party. And in most of the provinces, even in Muslim majority areas, in fact, Muslim League actually failed. So Punjab was won by Unionist Party led by Hayat Khan, and in Bengal, the Krishak Praja Party was strong, and Muslim League was not seen as the true representative of Muslim. Even in provinces with large Muslim population, Congress had more influence either directly or through the various support also. Now, if you look at Jinnah's position during this time and the frustration, Jinnah actually believed that only Muslim League could represent Muslims. So that's what his assumption and his thoughts and his ideology and his perspective. And he refused to accept that Muslim leaders in Congress, like the top Muslim leaders like Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad, could speak for Muslims. He wanted Muslim League as a representative of Muslims, right? So if that is the case, Congress should be taken as a Hindu party, and that's a different controversy altogether. And he even called Maulana Azad actually as Gandhi's Muslim. That means not a true representative of Muslim. So here, when we talk about different events, we also need to talk about the rise of Savarkar and the two-nation theory. So once you see, after the release from the jail, Savarkar became active in politics through Hindu Mahasabha. So in the 1937, session of Hindu Mahasabha, he openly supported the two-nation theory, and he stated that Hindus and Muslims are two separate nations. So they are different in every way, and you definitely need to have separate nations. So this is the two-nation theory, or this is what actually happened, from the side of Hindu Mahasabha or Savarkar on one side. And then Muslim League resolution on Pakistan is also there in 1940. So in the Lahore session, Muslim League actually demanded a separate nation. So though the word Pakistan was not used, but the idea was very clear that they need to have a separate nation. And Jinnah said Islam and Hinduism are not just religions. They are, in fact, social systems. So believing in one Indian nation is like a dangerous dream when you have such kind of ideas which are going beyond religion also, right? So that's what Jinnah said. Islam and Hinduism is not just religion; it's actually a social system. So in India, both cannot coexist, and Hindus and Muslim can never evolve into a common nationality. So definitely you have to go for a separation. That's his perspective and that's his idea. But what happened after that? Partition was not just religion based, but had multiple reasons, multiple factors. Pakistan was created, if you see, primarily based on religion, but look at the outcome today. Can Pakistan be called a successful example of Jinnah's dream? Of course not. On the other hand, India, with all its diversity, is living a dream of unity. So that's again went exact opposite to Jinnah, right? Pakistan is not as successful as what Jinnah expected, but on the other side, in India, to an extent, we can say we are, despite this diversity, Hindus and Muslims and Christians and everybody is living together. There are, of course, issues, but still not as much as what you see in Pakistan, where Muslim majority Muslims are only there, right? So again, Muslim League's aggressive actions, if you see, the they as I told you, that they couldn't do much in that election. So after failing the elections in 1937, Muslim League became so aggressive. And 1946 they went for the direct action plan. In fact, the direct action plan was launched in 1946. That actually led to riots in Calcutta, Delhi, Bombay, and important cities. And in if you look at 1939, when Congress resigned over India being pushed into World War II without the consultation. This topic I have already discussed, when we talked about history. Muslim League actually celebrated it as a day of deliverance. So these are actually indicating Muslim League's aggressive action, and they were looking for partition and they are looking for separate nation. And again, you can take Mountbatten plan. That separation actually is the final blow. So earlier plans, like when we talk about cabinet mission plan, there is no concept of separation. When we talk about Government of India Act, there is no separate Pakistan or any mention. Morley-Minto reforms, never proposed to separate nations. It was only in Mountbatten plan. Cripps mission, no such provision, right? So in Mountbatten plan 1947, suddenly you are seeing separate nation, partition, and officially proposed India and Pakistan as two separate dominions. So it included that boundary commission, and even forced the princely states to choose between India and Pakistan. Those who wish to go with India, go with India. Those who wish to go with Pakistan, go with Pakistan. So princely states has been given that option also. Okay, so that means before this, the princely states had an option to remain independent, but Mountbatten changed that. So, given the option, either join any of the dominion. So, now the bigger question is who was to blame? See, the seed of communal division was sown by the British. If you see from 1909 Morley-Minto Reform onwards, that separate electorate, when they have introduced, already the partition have started, or the division have started, or the separation have started, or the communal division was, in fact, established. So there itself, the division was there when you have given separate electorate for Muslims rather than a reservation. So clearly, separate electorate, that means Muslims should be only Muslim to be voted, only Muslim to be conducted. Going for the election, right, will be the candidate also. And later, if you see the leaders like Savarkar, Jinnah, they give more strength to that two nation theory. So from 1909, this is there. I won't say from the establishment of Muslim League it is there, but definitely from Minto Morley reforms, when they introduce a separate electorate, that's there. Though Muslim League, in fact, demanded also. So even Indian leaders like Ambedkar and others also accepted that if Muslim wanted a separate nation so badly, then maybe that's the only way forward. So that's how all these, culminated into partition, and the final blow was the Mountbatten plan. So the question that we started off with, was Jinnah the only person responsible for partition of India? Answer is no. Or I would say answer is not that simple, right? Yes, Jinnah played a very important role in demanding a separate nation, but others also did the same thing. Savarkar also did the same thing. Both Indians and the Britishers knowingly, unknowingly did the same, and that culminated into partition. From 1909 reforms to 1947 Mountbatten plan, multiple people, multiple events, multiple factors that actually shaped the path to the partition of India. So partition was not born in that particular day. It was the result of years of political neglect from 1909, I would say, and then communal politics, broken trust, and electoral failures, and all these culminated into that. And it reminds us that division is always easy, but unity that takes strength. And while Pakistan was created as an Islamic state, India chose to become secular. India remained secular, democratic nation, and still holding on to the dreams of unity in diversity. So that's why we all have this better life in India, and Pakistan is still suffering. So let's not be quick in judging the past. Let us study it with patience and discussion, so that we understand our history better and never repeat the same mistakes also. So guys, again, this is in this session, what I planned is I just want to deliver the facts here. And my opinion, I just try to become slightly neutral, because this is what you want to write in the answer. You might have a different opinion. You may say it's Savarkar, you may say it's Gandhi, you may say it's Nehru, you might say it's Jinnah, you might say it's Ambedkar. So you might say it's only Mountbatten. So whatever it is, it's your perspective, it's your understanding. But ultimately, what matters is the facts which has been presented in front of you. From that, you can assume anything, you can deduce anything. No issue. That's your perspective, your thoughts. But when you're writing the answer, try to be neutral. Okay. So everyone had some role. Every events had some role. British also had role. Indians had the role. All the Indian leaders had the role. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much. I hope you liked the video. I hope you got that exact perspective how you're going to write the answer. So see you in the next session. If you're looking for any mentorship program or test series or anything, get in touch with us. Check out the details in the description. So see you.